Hello, this is Mona from the Tribune, and today we are with actor Shahana Goswami, whom we'll see soon in the web show Dispatch. Hello, Shahana, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Mona?
Very well. So, share with us your Dispatch journey about the show and what made you pick up this particular character.
Well, initially when Kanu came to me with the script, I was very excited because I've always wanted to work with Kanu. I've been a big fan of his work since Italy. And then when I read the script, and I knew Manoj was playing the character, that was another big lure to be a part of it. And but I did have some reservations because it was a small part, and I don't have a problem playing small parts, but you feel greedy to work more. Like my first time working with Kanu, I wanted um to have more of a canvas to work with him and with Manoj. And so initially I was a little hesitant to do the part. And I remember Kanu just said that, okay, just consider it, think about it one more time, because I can tell you that the process of working with me will be very different, and I would appreciate if you give it another thought. And then something in me just said, why should I not do it? I still get to work with Kanu. I still get to do all my scenes with Manoj, and the character had a very interesting graph. And so, yeah, that's just how it happened.
And what about your character? What do you play, and how far or close is it to the real Shahana?
Well, I'm playing this character called Shweta Bagh, and she is Manoj's character, Joy's wife, and they're going through. Basically, you catch them in a moment of already going through a breakdown in their marriage, and it's a attempt to kind of fix it, I suppose. And it's that fag end of a relationship where you're trying to fix things, but it's just the timing is off. So it was a very delicate kind of equation and relationship, and you see it in a specific part. In terms of as a character, I don't think I'm very similar to Shweta, but uh, of course, we've all been through breakups, and we've all been through tough, uh, separations from people, and so that part, I suppose, one can relate to. Just the kind of feelings that come with that kind of a situation of the desperation, um, the despair, the hopelessness, the sadness, and the
And when
anger.
true. When acting with a actor of the caliber of Manoj Bajpayee, does it have, an effect on how you respond, like with the
I mean,
actors?
of course, I always say I'm like a parasite. I feed off the other person's energy and their presence in a sense. So Manoj is great that way, and he's a very generous actor, very collaborative actor, and he has that ability to be surprising in a moment, and then it gives you something to play off, to spontaneously react to differently. And Kanu also likes to explore scenes in a very detailed way, where we go deeper and deeper and try to find something more authentic, something more real, something more spontaneous in the moment. So, but yeah, Manoj has been a delight to work with. I mean, I feel like this was just my appetizer. I would love to do more work with him and Kanu. So,
OTT has really opened up, a huge platform for actors, writers, directors. With you also, we've seen you, in films and then in shows. How do you see it has impacted your journey?
well, definitely it's opened up a lot more job opportunities. I mean, just in terms of creative content, and that obviously increases the demand for actors and technicians and the team and everybody. So it's been really great for the industry overall. And
Mm.
I think in terms of for actors, because especially the OTT, because it has a direct reach to the audience in their own comfort, in their own timeline.
Mm.
You have the ability to really experiment with storytelling, with characters, with the character
Mm.
arcs.
Mm.
And in long format, when you do a show, again, you get an opportunity to really connect with the audience in a very different way because of the sheer length of time. So I think it's, yeah, definitely. created a lot of very interesting storylines, very different characters, and a lot of opportunities for people that have already existed in the industry, but also a lot of new people.
Right.
So I would say, I've definitely been able to do a lot more work that I feel more connected to in terms of the content, in terms of the story, in terms of the style. So that has been a great advantage.
And how was Iffy? We believe you were part of the tech pavilion. And how has technology changed industry today from when you joined?
I mean, in a way, it's not changed that much, but it's changed. I would just say it's felt like a natural progression. I mean, like you said, the big change has been the whole OTT space. When I joined,
Mhm.
it was the initial transition from um, digital, I mean, from film to digital. I had the privilege of working on certain films that were shot on film. But then there was a shift to digital, which obviously made it cost effective to shoot, and you could do, the style of shooting changed. But when it shifted in terms of OTT and just the
Mhm.
expansion of the industry, I feel like the way it really changed is just to be able to incorporate a lot more people. And like I said, that it gives scope for a lot of different kind of writing and different kind of storytelling. So
Mhm.
you don't have to cater to the lowest common denominator because you're showing it in a theater where you want to be able to cater to everybody that comes. Here you have a more niche audience that you're catering to, so you can actually bring about more nuanced storytelling and more idea and theme specific storytelling.
Mm. And we believe you were also part of Dharamshala International Film Festival.
Yes, yeah, I had a film showing over there, Santosh. Yes.
Okay. So how is it? Do you enjoy the traveling part of being an actor, and how do film festival, help an actor's journey?
I mean, I love film festivals. I think it's a space where you get to meet a lot of other independent filmmakers, people who are in it for the creative part of it, and it's a very difficult um, journey to make because those films are appreciated for their artistic quality, but they don't necessarily always get the right kind of support in terms of exhibition and distribution. So film festivals become a place to really appreciate those films and for the filmmaker to be in the presence of people that can an audience that understands and appreciates their work. But also it's just a great haven for film enthusiasts. There's so many people, audiences that come from all over just to attend a film festival, just to watch a whole bunch of films that they would like to watch and get an opportunity to interact with the director, with the team, with the actor, whoever is present. So I have always found it very enriching, both as an audience, as a lover of cinema, and as somebody who's a part of the industry, going with the kind of films I mean, I would say half of my body of work is all that kind of cinema that has probably not even seen a theatrical release and has only, or at least not in India, and has only shown in film festivals around the world and released in other parts of the country. I mean, other parts of different countries, other parts of the world. So I think what it does is, in terms of your second question, in terms of what it does for a film, it creates that um, space for it to be viewed and watched by people who are seeking that director's work or that those actors' work and that storytelling style. And then it creates a bit of a buzz to perhaps get some kind of distribution. If the film does well, if it gets an award, that really helps. And also, a lot of the film festivals have film markets. There are film
Right.
markets where you have films that get picked up by distributors, either in India or even distributors in other parts of the world, in different countries. So we have lots of our films also that end up actually releasing in other parts of the world. So those are the advantages, I would say, of spotlighting a film a little bit uh, for the audience and also for in the news somehow.
And in your journey, is there a character that you played closer to your heart than others?
Um, I think all the characters that I've played have a very special place, I suppose. And I don't know. It's hard to say because sometimes it's not really about a character that you play that's like you because you're living with yourself anyway. So, but sometimes I think for me, one of the characters that I really enjoyed playing and that I was surprised to be able to find within me was Meenakshi Chatterjee in A Suitable Boy. And I think that's something that I feel
Hmm.
proud of in terms of being able to play something very, very different from my own personality.
Right. And when you're not acting or in the process of preparing, what do you do with your free time?
My God, there's so much to do. I feel like there's never enough time. I remember in the lockdown, I wanted another additional 4 hours in the day so that I could do some additional stuff. I love doing lots of things. I mean, I love spending a lot of time with myself, actually. I have a whole bunch of friends who are really wonderful and are all over the world and all over India. So there's a lot of traveling to go meet people, whether it's
Mhm.
friends and family. There's a lot of time I spend with myself, traveling or watching films or reading or dancing, listening to music, trying to learn something new, household stuff because I travel so much that my stay in Bombay almost becomes like a holiday. So yeah, just eating out. I love eating out. I also love eating out alone. I like exploring places. So much to do. I feel like there's never enough time.
Right. And when we talk of women in films, right now we see actors getting their due. There are a lot more producers, but when it comes to direction, there are few women directors. How many women directors did you work with, and how was your experience?
Actually, I am the wrong person to ask this question because I am that anomaly where in my career I've worked with more female directors than male
True.
directors, and all of them have been South Asian directors. So
Right.
I feel the opposite. In fact, I can count the number of male directors I've worked with on my hand, whereas the female directors are much more. And I've
Right.
worked in over 35 projects in my life. Um, so that is something that I feel very privileged about. I know that it is an anomaly. It's not the reality for everyone. But I also feel very happy to see that there are so many South Asian and Indian directors that are coming up and that have been coming up in different ways. There are various people I've worked with on short films, on feature length films, and they've done repeated films either with me or without me, but still continue to direct and make their films. So I do think that it's changing, and I do believe that it's shifting to a large extent. And yeah, I guess it's just a matter of time. I think there's been a lot of um, a concerted effort made and space made
Right.
for female directors and their voices to be present in the last 3, 4 years. And I think that there has been a considerable shift, and it's still continuing on that trajectory.
And are you ready to direct your first project? Do you have any mind to turn a writer, director, or
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
any?
I've always wanted to direct since I was a kid. It's just about finding what and when and how. And I can no longer give timelines because I keep saying it'll happen soon, it'll happen soon. So I guess it'll happen when it'll happen, but it is definitely something that I dream of doing, that I wish to do, and that I think uh, I must do. It's an inner calling as well. Just as acting has been a calling, so is writing and directing is definitely something that I would want to do.
We are based in Chandigarh. Have you traveled to this part? What are your impressions or any memories?
I haven't
That much actually, but I've ended up traveling.
um, I think once maybe for promotion, I was there briefly for Zwigato,
Hmm.
and I've passed through Chandigarh while going to the hills when I was a kid, but I've actually never spent time in Chandigarh. And I believe it's a really nice place and it's very fun. So I do hope to come at a nice winter after, sunny winter days.
Yeah, that would be lovely. Anything else for our viewers here?
Just, I really hope that everybody watches Dispatch, and I hope that you enjoy it. And please show some love to the film. And of course, there's Manoj in a fantastic performance, and Kanu Behl is a very very talented director. So if you don't know him yet, you will find out. So please go watch the film.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye.